Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show, and we're about ready to begin.
For the identity of the real Marty Levinson, please stay tuned for the Northtown News Magazine.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to that lemon light city, sweet Hope, Chicago. 22 is 4, 4, 4, 6. Come on, baby, now get your business fixed. Come on.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with the best cameraman around, Sonny Hirsch, and your host, Avi Myers.
Thank you, Marty. Avi Myers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine. Presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at www.ntnm.org. You can check us out on YouTube, where we've got the last 5 years of shows available for you. We're real big on community policing, caps24.org. And the election is over. This is our first full shoot after the election. And we're going to have a couple of, we're doing 4 shows today. We'll have some of the people that ran and were very successful. And one of the people we were very pleased to see win, and win very handily, is the clerk of the circuit court, who appears headed now for a 4th term with Republican opposition, but that's not quite the same as Democratic opposition, and that is Dorothy Brown. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Avi. How are you?
Good, thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you. I
Glad
really
to see such
appreciate
a large margin of victory.
Absolutely. It was a lot of hard work, very challenging campaign. The most challenging that I have been in since I've been running for office. But I want to thank the people. I want to thank the voters, because they stepped up to the plate and they voted for me. They were not deterred. They saw the things that they looked at the things that we've done in that office. Right here on this program, we've talked about many of those things. And so, it's wonderful that we were able to get our message out before all of the falsities.
Well, you know what? I found it so interesting in listening to debates and people talking, and people that should know, okay, who don't. And there's a lot of reporters who think they know what they're talking about, but, they really don't. They're talking about, they hear something, or maybe something, I'm not a big fan of anybody who read Jewish Chicago or heard me on the show knows I couldn't be less of a fan of the Tribune editorial page. I mean, they should really follow the Sun-Times route and stop editorializing when it comes to elections. They might have a chance of becoming 1% accurate then. But I'm listening to reporters, and I was listening to people talk about you and saying, oh, blah, blah, blah. I was on some roundtable on some show. And I was thinking, it's like, I talked to 21 different judges, and people, not just judges, but people who have to work with you in various county positions, and people who are dependent on what your office does to keep themselves going and moving. And I wanted to know, do they receive everything they need? Do things run smoothly? And 19 of the 21 people I talked to, and I'm not talking about insignificant people either, all said they thought you did a terrific job, and especially considering the hardships there are with government.
Oh, goodness. And just the fact of where we had to bring that office, it was just really in the dark ages when I took office. So we had a lot of foundation to lay. And to bring it from that, almost the 19th century, if you will, and then to bring it up to where we are now, with the kind of money that we had. I mean, very little. I had to take what we had and effectively spend that money. So to be able to do that, it was very difficult, but we're very proud of the things that we've done. And we're going to continue to work hard. Anyone can pick at a little thing here and there, but we're the 2nd largest court system in the entire country. And my hat goes off to my employees who work very hard every day, and they handle millions and millions of files, 100 million, based upon our calculations, pieces of paper a year. And for them to be able to find those documents, to find files, and get that information to people, it's really a miracle on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, it's a big job, and people don't realize what your job actually is. You know, it's not necessarily to appease some idiot at the Tribune editorial board. And that's me talking now.
Of course, that's you talking, absolutely. You know, and then recently, one of my employees made a mistake and sent the wrong license. This is the first time since I've been in office in this whole 12 years that this happened. Sent the wrong license back to the wrong person. And then that same person then received his or her correct license. And but they refused to send the one that they had received in error back. They went to the news media. And so then this particular television station did a whole big story on one license. And we have set back millions and millions of licenses to the right places. So it's unfortunate that people will pick one little thing, and you can pick a little thing from any organization. But, you know, I'm happy that they're just little things. And then someone even had in a newspaper about an ink pen that one of my employees, and I don't agree with the fact that she did not give an ink pen to the person. And I've had corrective discussions, had my chiefs do corrective discussions with everyone. But I guess someone ran out of ink at the counter and asked one of my employees for an ink pen, and she wouldn't give it to him. Well, that showed up in the newspaper. And so,
and of course, that's all your fault.
It's all my fault, you know. And of course, I've had my chiefs to sit down with all the employees to explain to them the importance of customer service, because that's what we're all about. But as I said, you know, people will nitpick little things here and there, but that is minute compared to what we have to do every day in running this multi-million-dollar corporation, if you will.
No, it's definitely listen, you've got 1,900 employees, and you were cut down 300.
Right. Well, we had, you know, when I took office, it was about 2,400, and now we're down to, you know, 2,000. And they're not all full-time. We have some part-time people in it, so it's under 2,000 full-time employees. And a lot of people, you know, on leave of absence, people out for workers' compensation reasons, people, you have a certain number that are ill every day. So I would venture to guess that on a daily basis, we're probably only working with about 1,800 to 1,900 people a day.
I want to tell you too, I also have to object when I see people have to understand that there's actually, if you don't do your job, nothing in court happens. Okay, the state's attorney's office gets ground to a halt. The sheriff's office grinds to a halt. I mean, everything grinds to a halt.
Right, the state police doesn't get its criminal dispositions. The Secretary of State doesn't get the licenses to suspend. You name it. The sheriff, as you said, the sheriff don't get notification of individuals to incarcerate, or to send out the order of protections to take the warrants out, take the summonses out to the various individuals. So it's huge, the things that we have to do every day. We are I would say, the cog in the wheel.
Well, you deal with everybody.
Deal with everyone in this criminal justice system. That's why I stepped up to the plate and agreed to chair, actually pushed, and then John Strozier, the county board president at that time, appointed me as chairman of the Cook County Integrated Criminal Justice Information System. And so that we could make sure that all of these systems were properly integrated with each other, so we can cut down on redundant data entry and the like. And I think that he did that, first of all, because I was the one that proposed it to him. But secondly, because we are the cog in the wheel, and all of these agencies, you know, have to integrate with us.
Yeah, they're definitely dependent on you all the way.
The public defender, we didn't mention them.
Yeah.
And all of these different agencies really have to depend on what we give out.
Very true. I see you've got a whole bunch of
I
stuff
have
that
a
you.
few little things here to talk to you about. Every year I have an expungement summit. And really, last year we had almost 4,000 people to show up.
Wow, I need to
And-
commit a crime to join in.
You don't have to commit a crime to join in. You can just come and be a volunteer.
Okay.
But we also have volunteer attorneys, and they can actually get 3 hours of MLCE class, MCLE credit, continuing legal education credit, and that training is going to be on Wednesday, May 23rd, and that's going to be from 3 to 5 at 69 West Washington. On the 17th floor, and then we're also going to have another training on Thursday, May 24th at 69 West Washington, 17th floor from 3 to 5:30. Both days are 3 to 5:30, and that's so that we can train more attorneys to help us, because on that day, on the day of the expungement, which is Saturday, June 2nd, we have a lot of attorneys there giving free legal advice and helping people actually to complete their expungement applications.
That's kind of cool, and of course that's so May 23rd and May 24th, and that's at 69 West Washington, 17th floor. I do usually wear reading glasses, but not on the air. And then you've also got an expungement summit Saturday, June 2nd at
Apostolic Church of God, 6320 South Dorchester Avenue. The doors will open at 8:30 and close at 6. So individuals that feel that they qualify, even if you don't feel that you qualify, we will have other things there for ex-offenders. We're trying to help people get that second chance in life, because we feel that if we can help individuals get that second chance to be able to take care of themselves and their families, then that reduces the cost on society. And so the state legislature actually, indicated, have the laws in place that indicate the certain nonviolent type of offenses that can be sealed or expunged, and we try to give you that information. We even talk about executive clemency by the governor.
wow. Keep
Then
going.
I have one little more thing here. Just wanted to let the viewers know that Justice Kilbride, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, invited me to participate on an electronic access policy advisory group. And this is a group that is putting in place the policy to permit us to show our documents, our electronic documents, on the internet. Because currently you can't see them on the internet, you can only see them at the office. So there's a committee in place to see how we can balance up the public's right to see documents with individuals' right to privacy. Because there's certain private information that shows up in these files, and there's been a court case in the past that talks about the fact that a certain amount of privacy accrued to a person by requiring individuals to come down to the office to pull the file, versus being able to see it out on the internet and be up all night just searching through and possibly stealing your identity. And so we want to do that balance, so I'm on that committee.
Well, good luck. Yeah, that's really rough.
Yes, that is. So we want people to be able to sit on the internet, but we also don't want to give out, birth dates and social security numbers and credit card information that show up in our case files. Especially for divorce cases and things of that nature. A lot of that confidential information is right there.
Wow. That's I thank God I've been very lucky. I also try, people need to really watch themselves. I mean, just in terms of things like passwords or what information you want to give out. And so many people are so tricky about, like, I get this thing, it's like your PayPal account is in trouble. I don't have a PayPal account, so I kind of know that there's a problem. But, there are places I do business with, and all of a sudden I see, like, your Vonage account has been terminated. And that's my only phone. And it's like, what?
I received a call from someone last week. They're calling on behalf of this, that, and the other. And they'll pick an agency that you may have an account with. and they'll say they're calling on behalf of them. And so they called me, and then they said, tell me this information so I can verify that you're the right person. I said, no, you call me. So you tell me what I should know.
Oh, that's good.
You called me. So if you called me, you have my number is on file, then you should know that that's me. So I shouldn't have to give you anything.
No, that's 100% correct. And by the way, for the people who get emails, if you look at your email header on top, there's a thing that says more options. If you click on more options and go view full header, you'll see the real return address, which half the time will be from behind the Iron Curtain. And it won't say something like PPL.so-and-so. Not to mention the fact that they would never send you an email like that in the first place, asking you to reveal everything. But, if you see it's not really from PayPal and just, read the first couple of lines, you'll see something at the end that might be from Europe, it might be from, one of the, from the wrong country, let's put it that way.
And now they're getting smart. They don't send you an email saying that, I'm so-and-so, so-and-so, and I need you to help me by, and you can get they'll have some really unreasonable amount, $10 million.
Oh, yeah, like from the First National Bank of Rwanda.
Exactly. If you just deposit this amount. Well, now they're taking over people's, your friends' email accounts. Like I got an email from my friend that said that she was in Italy, someone had stole her wallet, et cetera, et cetera. So I called her up. I said, where are you? Right at home.
I got one for my next door neighbor too, like that.
Yeah.
It's interesting. The same exact scam.
Yes. And can you send me some money? They're taking over people's email accounts. So you just have to know that it's something that's not, that it's something weird, and do whatever you can to make sure that it's legitimate. Because what if your friend wasn't Italy?
Yeah. Talk to them first. That's very important. It's more creative because usually when I get things from other people and I click on the link, it's sending me to some Canadian pharmacy. So, and that's the nicer stuff.
Right, exactly, because sometimes they'll send you the other stuff.
Yeah.
More pornography type things, and I know that my friends would not send me anything like that.
Yeah.
So I would call. I let my friends know. I called them and I said, I think someone has actually broken in and taken over your email and I'll forward it to them, and then they have to do whatever. I don't know what people do when someone steals your email. I've had 2 friends in the last 2 weeks that I received a really strange email from, and it wasn't from them.
Yeah, a lot of people think they can go without a good virus program, but you know what? I really do my research, and I'm not quite, I'm not in a category where I'm going to get a military program. But I read the reviews and I see what's good and what's bad, and I try to pick the most reasonable program from the top 3 and go with it. And I'm very happy with what I've got, and I don't have those kind of problems.
The other thing too, just as an update for the people on electronic filing, I sent a letter to Michael Tardy, who is the director of the LYC, asking him for an update as to when they will be approving electronic filing for the entire state, because they stopped it for the entire state last May. Now this is we're getting close to May again. It's going to be an entire year that electronic filing has been stopped. Well, expansion of electronic filing, I'm sorry. We continue to have electronic filing in our law division, but expansion of electronic filing has been stopped in the entire state, soon to be an entire year.
Wow.
And so I sent a letter asking him to please give us an update as to how things are going with that. And so hopefully they will be, I know the e-business committee that they put in place to review the electronic filing systems finished their work in December. So let's hope that they'll get that going very soon.
Well, hopefully at this point we're pretty much out of time. I want to thank you very much, Clerk of the Circuit Court Dorothy Brown. I want to congratulate you on your rousing victory.
Thank you again. Thank you
And,
also, the public.
Okay, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yes, indeed.